Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, I've been following some conspiracy about um, the British crown, that it actually rules more than we are led to believe. And they gave a lot of really good examples. And it started around Queen Victoria's time and the Confederation of Canada and the Commonwealth and whatnot. But it goes really, really deep into some things. And I thought, and they were very adamant about keeping the person on the throne and the crown as two separate entities. It was like the person on the throne is the face, but the crown actually operates way above and behind the face of the crown. If that makes any sense. So the firm, the crown, and and then he went on to give a lot of good examples. Like we call it crown land. We don't call it the king's land. We call it crown land. We do call it court of king's bench. But a lot of things like, I gave a bunch of examples, and the crown prosecutor. So that's the crown, he just gave a lot of examples. And he said, this is back from when Queen Victoria, when the sun never set on Britain. And so I want to ask the cards, is the king, is he well aware of what the crown actually does and how deep it goes? Or is he just the face of the crown? Right? Is it a need to know basis, and he knows a little bit, but he doesn't know like the deep tentacles of the crown. And is that why they never get into politics? Royal never steps into politics. Is that why Trump will talk to the king, but he doesn't like Starmer? Like, what's going on here? How much does the king or whoever's sitting on the throne actually know about how deep the crown goes? And if you want to do your own research on that, it actually goes quite deep. Like he was talking about, they're still in control of opium, and it went really deep. It's really tinfoil hatty, but it made me think, does King Charles know, did the Queen know about this? Does King Charles know about this? Right? I mean, how many times are employees have no idea what's going up in the C-suite, right? I'm not saying that King Charles is an employee, but maybe he is. Maybe he's just the face of something he doesn't quite understand. And we have to remember, the royalty are sheltered from so many things. And I think that's why Andrew can be duped into hanging out with poor people of poor repute. Same thing with Sarah. I think they're so sheltered and so street stupid, right? Maybe they are oblivious to what's actually going on. So let's ask the cards. How much does the king really know about how deep the tentacles of the entity called the Crown, or the British Legion, or the British Empire? How much does the king actually know? Or does he even care? Is he just enjoying being the royal face? Now, I did that one reading. Is King Charles the top of the pile? And the answer was no. There was still somebody ahead of him. So let's find out. Justice. I'm going to say it's a balance. I'm going to say that the king knows the legalities of it, right? He knows that what his parameters are, like recalling MPs, or when we want to change our parliament, it has to be on the advice of the king. So he knows the legalities of being a king. And he knows, I'm going to say he knows just enough. Wheel of Fortune and the House. I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to say he's kind of oblivious to it. He just is a representative of the house, the palace, I guess. The ceremonial. That's it. That's what we just got. The king is ceremonial. Um, yeah. Yeah, look at that. I think he knows just enough. The Three of Pentacles here. He is informed. Well, actually, these would be the people telling the king. He is informed just enough. Probably just maybe some money things. You know, how are the funds and whatnot going? Because I'm sure he has to sign off on a lot of that stuff. So I think with the three here, he's told just enough. Just enough, especially with the Wheel of Fortune here. He's just more fortunate to be in that position. And he may kind of look and learn about a few things, but somebody else holds the sword here. Somebody else is in control. Oh, interesting. Nine of Swords. Uh, Maybe it brings him anxiety knowing some of that stuff. Um, let's see, what's the last one? Yeah, he's out in the cold. He doesn't know. He doesn't know half of it. I think 5 is half of 10. He doesn't know half of it. I think it upsets him. Some of the things that he may have found out may be upsetting to him, or perhaps he doesn't want to know because he enjoys his sleep. Yeah, he 8 of Swords here. He doesn't know. He is definitely kept in the dark, kept outside, and at the same time kept from half the money. The Fool's innocent, innocent. King of Cups, there he is. I don't even have to read any further. So, I'm going to say that in some respects, he feels betrayed. He's not told everything. And in other respects, he's like, I don't want to know. Ignorance is bliss. That's a perfect wording for this Fool card. Ignorance is bliss. He does not know. He does not want to know. He knows something is going on above his head. Absolutely. It keeps him up at night. I wonder if sometimes he wonders, um, uh, you know, if people think he knows when he doesn't know. Also, all of a sudden it hit me. I wonder if this is a form of control on him. Maybe it's like you told a line, or we're going to say you're involved in this or you're involved in that. There's something here deeply disturbing to him, deeply disturbing. But I'm going to say no. He's on a need to know basis. He's much more ceremonial than we think. He knows a little bit, but mostly he's kept in the dark. He may ask that himself. Ignorance is bliss. Please don't tell me. Please don't. I don't want to know. I'll do what you tell me to do. I'll toe the line. I'll be the king. Um, but you know what? I don't want to know. And so this is telling me that the face of the royals, whoever is sitting on the throne, is just that. It's ceremonial and it's the face. I'm going to say there's an ignorance is bliss, and there is possibly sometimes strings being pulled. Or you have to do this, you have to do that, and you have to have state supper with this person, state supper with that person. And I'm not sure that he enjoys all of that. But no, he's out in the cold. He doesn't know the half of it. He doesn't know the half of it. So it's that's so interesting, because that echoes the other reading I did, that he's not the top of the dog pile. There's above him, and this clarifies that for me. So then that's when we look at who really is at the top of the dog pile, and that's a reading for my other channel. All right, something different. Thanks for watching. Take good care. See you online. Bye for now.